Welcome to Stu Stories. This is Pop's story, part 2. As Mom and Dad grew closer, Dad even went on vacation with her family. They went to Panama City Beach. And what I didn't realize until much later was that this trip quietly changed everything. But before they left, Dad and two of his buddies, Bob and Grady, made a plan. When Dad got back, all three of them were going to join the Navy together. They wanted to train together, serve together, and they even made an appointment with a recruiter. But when the time came, Dad didn't want to leave the beach for one more day. So he called Bob and Grady and asked them to wait. They went to the recruiter anyway, just to postpone, and the recruiter said, "No problem, boys. You go ahead and sign up, and I'll make sure your buddy Jerry joins you." Well, Bob and Grady went on to full naval careers. And Grady became the commander of the USS Nimitz aircraft carrier. And my dad, he never joined. I'm sure he would have been great in the Navy, but had he gone that route, I probably wouldn't be here, and most likely my brothers wouldn't be either. God only knows. Well, Dad finished high school and married our mom. Their first home was a small duplex rental. The people who helped them get started were our Uncle Owen and Aunt Bernice. They weren't really relatives, but they were family in every way that mattered. And they were also Lee's godparents. They helped Mom and Dad get on their feet. I'll tell more stories about them another time, but this is Pop's story. What matters is Dad never forgot who helped him when he was just starting out. Dad enrolled at Georgia State, and he went to work for Genuine Parts Company, what most people know as NAPA. He started unloading boxcars, hard work, dirty work, but it didn't last long. They noticed something about him, his personality, his way with people, and he thrived. Dad figured out early that inventory turns and customer relationships were directly connected. If you serve people well, everything else will follow. Before long, Dad walked into the office of Mr. Carlisle Frazier from the family that founded Genuine Parts Company. Well, there was an opening to manage a store. Dad hadn't been there long, and he was young and probably hadn't earned his wings. But his persuasiveness won out, and he became a NAPA store manager. I think he was about 19. That store became the best in the company. And the systems Dad developed around inventory and customer service, they are still part of Genuine Parts Company today. Crazy. During all this, Dad was going to school at night. And then Mom and Dad had their first child, my brother Lee. And having a baby changes everything. Dad stopped going to school, never got to finish his degree. But about 30 years later, Georgia State awarded him with an honorary degree. How cool is that? By then, Dad was clearly on a path. And what started with unloading boxcars was becoming something much, much bigger. And that momentum is what carries us into the next chapter. Because not long after this, everything changed again. Follow me on Spotify, and I'll see you next time on Stu Stories. Thanks.